Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, fellow entrepreneurs. We are glad that you are here and your search for a better hotel management system ends right here with JiPOS. And we are glad that we have released the JiPOS version 3.0. We can just hold our jaw because this is a new version of JiPOS that comes with endless smart controls. The aim is one, to give you as a hotel owner total control and visibility over your entire hotel business. That is what we are here to talk about, and we are here to show you the demo. So I'm very glad that you're here, and I believe you are here because you're looking for an ideal system for your hotel business. Well and good. Before we start the demo, I want to promise you one thing. By the time we are finishing to watch this video, you will appreciate the few minutes that you've taken to watch it to the end and how this may turn out to be the best decision that you've made for your business. Now, before we begin, do me one favor. Just pause the video and write for me down 5 hot reasons why you're looking for a system for your hotel business. By writing them down, of course, you'll clearly judge for yourself if this software ticks all your checklist or not. Yeah, so first thing first, JiPOS is an online system proudly developed in Kenya. It is one of the most recognized software solutions, not only in Kenya, but regionally, that is East Africa. It has earned name for itself by winning awards like featuring in the top 5 visionary digital products of the year, that is 2023-2024, by ranking as the best hotel ERP 2024 and fastest growing hotel ERP in 2024, among others. This is because of 4 main things. First, because it's robust. It is an all-in-one solution that caters for all your hotel, restaurant, and bar needs. That at the end of the day, you can feel, see, and touch your profits. Second, it's futuristic. We know you are in this business to grow, and JiPOS already has everything in place for your growth. Talk about supply management, customer acquisition, and retention. All are there. Third, it's smart, meaning JiPOS knows you need us to streamline operations to get high yields and return at the end of the day. We have got you covered. And fourth, it is affordable. Literally affordable. You're not going to break your bank to have this software running in your business. And one guarantee is it is a software that once you invest in, you're never going to change it. So let's dive in. I will break this demo for you into simple steps so that you understand what each feature comes with. All right. So this is an online demo. This is an online demo account that I'll use to show you what JiPOS version 3 comes with for specifically a hotel resort or a hotel that has got accommodation services, a restaurant, and a bar. Yes. And of course, you can have JiPOS running for other businesses like wholesale and retail, bar and restaurant alone, even restaurant alone, or even bar alone, or bar and liquor store business, or even any other service related business. Right. But today, let me focus on hotel resort. That is hotel with accommodation, with a bar, and with a restaurant. Or hotel with accommodation and a restaurant. That's it. So I'll be using my administrator account. Administrator account here means I have got all the rights. It's like a super admin. That means that the system is role-based. Role-based here means every user that you will create in this system, his roles must be defined. And of course, you will see role management somewhere here. So it means that waiters, you will create them as waiters, cashiers, you will create them as cashiers. But then one thing is, you will be able to customize roles. If you do not want them to view, to edit, or to delete, just deactivate, and then at the end of the day, you can save that. I have to start with that because it's one of the key things in any system. And in JiPOS, it's quite robust. Literally everything that you will do is role-based. And once you add a user, of course, this is how to add a user. You just simply come here, quite straightforward and easy for each and every person to use JiPOS. So once you put in the details of your person or your user, then of course you will just simply select the role that you've created here. And then you simply activate and save. Simple and straightforward. Let me bring you back to where we were on the admin dashboard here. Now, this presents you with a view of all the transactions in summary. And of course, you can see we have got all 5 users already registered in the system. We have got 129 balance of SMS that we are left to send. And supplier balances, we have got this amount, and then the stores. So this means you can be able to register users, you can be able to send bulk SMS. Of course, for promotion purposes, we'll be able to see that. And also you can be able to track your supplier balances, especially when you buy items in credit. You can also register many stores or even branches, what we call multi-store functionality in JiPOS. You can be able to have quite a number of stores registered, and of course that will be able to help you in terms of tracking your inventory. You may have got a main store and a housekeeping store, a kitchen store, and then you can maybe have a bar store or something. And you need to register them in the system so that you can be able to follow how your items move from these stores. So that at the end of the day, you have got a transparent way or history of your item flow or your item movement. Basically, that is what the stores need help with. But then here you will have got quite some direct or quick links. These are just buttons to your suppliers, to your customers, to adding a new item, to doing a direct purchase, to checking your stock balances. Then for kitchen orders are like kitchen displaying, for kitchen display units. Let me just open this in a new tab like this one, where you can be able to mount a screen in a kitchen, whereby now these orders that come in through the POS will be displayed in the kitchen for the chef to pick. Yeah, and you can be able to see which ones have been picked and the ones that are not yet picked. Yes, and the chef can be able to give a notification, or the system will be able to give notification even to the waiter or even to the customer based on how you have configured this on the status of the order. Same way, that is for restaurant, for kitchen, we have got one for bar. Same way, it just works the same. Let me just open it on this other tab. You can be able to see that there. So that is working perfectly well with a kitchen display unit. That said, you will have got a quick link here to book a room, to check your recipe, configure your happy hour, and do a direct expense. Also, you can be able to track your check payments, go to the point of sale section where sales will be made. Let me just open it on a new tab. And then you will be able to go to online shop. Let me also open this on a new tab. Okay, so let me show you what I've just opened. This is the point of sale, and then this is the online shop. So this is just sample information, sample data, just for presentability purposes. That is just sample data. But then let me bring you back to the point of sale, the POS, which is here. So what is the POS? A POS, this is where now sales happen. This is where waiters, this is the page waiters will interact with every time. It means a waiter will always log in and then come here and make an order. Of course, once you identify the item that you want to sell, then you simply add it into this particular calculator. And I can adjust the quantity here. I can even delete this one and adjust the quantity, just like that. Quite straightforward. I just identify my item as a waiter, and then I adjust the quantity. Very straightforward, no hassle, no problems. And once that is done, and of course, in ideal hotel setup whereby we have got rooms, this one is already activated in that you can even merge this bill to a room that is currently occupied or to an existing or a staying guest. It means that you just simply select your room and you will find the currently existing guest in that particular room, the currently checked-in guest. You can even do some additions. Let's say a guest has got a special requirement for his order. You can do a description here. Yeah, you can do your description here, which will go alongside this order to the kitchen, of course, through a captain order. so that that particular order or request can be made according to the customer's taste. Yeah, so once I'm able to do that, of course, you can be able to just proceed as a waiter. So it means that a waiter can just simply come here and place an order, just as simple as that. Just as straightforward and simple as that. And then have a look at what happens here. We have got two items that have come out, or two prompts. This one is called a captain order. What does a captain order do? Of course, it has got the details of the items that we need to send to the kitchen. For what? For preparation purposes. Of course, you will see what the items are. These are the items that we have sent to the kitchen. Let's say these are just sample items that we have sent to the kitchen. And of course, you can be able to see the quantities. And in ideal setup, whereby we have got a restaurant and a bar, these ones can be configured concurrently to print in the kitchen and bar respectively. In that, if this one is supposed to print in the bar section, then we configure it to print there. And the same with this one. And then beef sandwich can print itself in the kitchen, so that the bartender has got his or her own, the captain order, that has only these two items. And then in the restaurant, we have got only this one printing out. So work has been subdivided for you to make communication and collaboration between your staff even simpler. And what's good here, you will be able to see that we have got the attendant who has just made this order, so that you can even follow up with the attendant once the order is ready. And of course, one good thing is that it comes with a timestamp, so that there is no communication breakdown between what time this order was made and all that. We'll see something down here. This is what we call a bill, an invoice. It is still an invoice because it is still open sale. We have not cleared it, or we have not reconciled it, or we have not marked this as paid. So invoice is what will be given to the customer. And of course, you will be able to see now this one has got more details, things to do with the quantity. The items are here, and then of course the quantities, and then plus the price and their totals that you will be able to see here. And of course, we can be able to activate things to do with tax information to appear on the invoice, just in case you want. That is just by a button. You just activate or deactivate it just by a click of a button. It is already existing. Yeah, so basically that's it. So once we clear this order, it will turn to a receipt, which the cashier can be able to issue to the customer. Enough of that. Let me take you back to where we were. You will notice that the system has logged me out. It is a security measure. In a busy restaurant setup, you do not want waiters leaving their accounts open in the system once they make an order, because somebody else or another waiter can use that account to make an order. And that is where struggles begin. Yeah, so the moment the waiter makes an order, the system will log you out, so that the next person who is coming to use that computer uses his account, so that at the end of the day, each and every sale that is made in the system is tied to a particular account, so that we do not have any issue of somebody used my account to make a bill. No, you personally must have a PIN as a waiter. You just simply come here and put your PIN, and then you just simply log in, just as straightforward as that. And of course, being an admin, I can be able to switch between stores, but as a waiter, you will straight away be directed to this particular page, where you just come here, specify the item that you want, and it can be as easy as also just filtering these items based on these particular categories as we've registered them in the system. And scenarios could be whereby you want to add an item onto a bill, a pre-existing bill as a waiter. You just simply come to your open sales. These are sales that you have not that you've made but have not been cleared by the cashier. Then you simply can be able to edit and add other bills to this particular existing order. Yes, but enough of that. Let me bring you back to where we were. That is on the admin side. And on the admin side, you will be able to see the online shop, which is also another thing that we talked about. And online shop, let me just bring you to where it is. These are just sample data, and you can see some categories. These are categories. Some categories we have not even updated their images, but some at least have what images we can show you. This is where now you want to target online audience. even if you want to run a digital kitchen or an online kitchen, you can't be able to use JiPOS. Why? Because you can have this page. It is just this link that you embed on your website so that your audience can be able to click and view and then make a reservation or make an order right from your website. And these orders will, of course, be printing just like any other normal order that you've made within the shop or within the restaurant. And of course, they will be printing after proof of payment. Basically, that's it. So you can be able to take advantage of this particular feature to even enhance your online presence and get more customers even online through your social media, through your website, or any other reference or referral website that you'd want to embed this particular link on. Yeah. So that having been said, we have got more videos pertaining to each and every feature that I'm talking about. I'll just be able to quickly go through it so that we don't take a lot of time. But then you can visit our profile. We have got videos related to each and every feature here as a separate video. And of course, down here, you will be able to see notifications. That is in terms of due invoices, item counts, item that need restocking, which is also key for you as a business owner so that you don't get surprised when items are out of stock, right? So you need to have got this in, at the end of the day, you need to check which items I need to restock so that you can plan your business, your day ahead. Again, you will be able to see open sales. These are all open sales. We'll be able to show you that, or credit sales, which you can follow through with to see who made them and all that. Then again, you can be able to see sales lists. These are all the sales that we have made in the system. And then M-Pesa payments, all the M-Pesa pay bill payments that have come through. And then you will be able to see also the top 15 fast moving items, which is a good report for our hotel owner to be able to understand what items move faster here in my business. And again, you can be able to see account report. These are now those income accounts based on how we have configured them, mostly talking about payments, the modes of payments. That is what we are talking about here. So how money has been received for each account. Yes, you can be able to have cash, till, and even, let's say, a KCB a PDQ. So you will be able to also have a view of them. This is month-wise. And then down here, you can be able to see today's sales summary. Down here, you will be able to see what we call sales against expenses. Good information for you to know how you are doing. Now, let me take you bit by bit. Down here, on this other side, we have got now the features. Now, the inner features of what we've just talked about here, what you have seen here. And step by step, I'll be able to show you what each feature has to offer. And of course, starting with purchases. Once you've set up your hotel, and of course, even before I skip, you can be able to configure your details here. This is self-explanatory. I don't have to even go through it. But then once you've configured your business, that is things to do with your names, things to do with your business phone number, your location, your business PIN, that is tax ID, and all that information, which of course you'd want to appear on the printouts, that is on the quotations, LPOs, receipts, invoices, and all that. Then you will do what is called purchases at the end of the day or at the beginning of the day. This is just restocking. And purchases, we have to do purchases of items we have registered in the system. So it starts from here, registration of these items, whereby all the items that we've registered will come here, and you can add another item, of course, through that particular button, but then you can do a bulk upload here as well, which is also a feature for you to take advantage of. So once we do our item registration and we have got our items registered in the system, then now we can do things to do with purchases and even sales. Then, now how do we do purchases? Purchases is simple. You will be able to see direct purchases and even LPOs. Direct purchases, of course, will bring you to a form where you can be able to do that particular purchase or record that particular purchase. And of course, it means that you can't be able to record this purchase to a particular store. Or let's say it is a main store, then we select our supplier, and of course, you will be able to register your suppliers here under the system users. You will be able to see where to register suppliers here. And we have to register our suppliers because at the end of the day, you need to know how much you've transacted with a particular supplier. Or even if you've bought something in credit, how much you owe that particular supplier. I will be able to show you how that happens as well. Now, can go ahead to fill in the details of this particular purchase order. But then one key thing is how this is integrated with accounting. We start tracking your accounts right from the purchases. This is now what I mean when I tell you it is an all-in-one. JiPOS is an all-in-one solution. It comes with accounting. And at the end of the day, what we are so proud of with the JiPOS 0.3 is the perfect hotel accounting. Perfect hotel accounting. In that, be it a transaction to do with purchase, a sale, a return, as a stock take, anything, the accounts that need to be affected will be affected automatically. So that by the end of the day, when you come to your accounts, which is accounting, you can just generate your reports. Nothing much to do here. And the people who normally take much credit of JiPOS, especially in every hotel setup, are the accountants because their work has been reduced substantially. Talking about accounting, you will be able to select your asset account that needs to be debited whenever you make a purchase or whenever you make this purchase. And then, of course, even the expense account that would be debited as well. Yes. Then also, you can be able to write or specify your expiry date just in case you want to, and also go ahead and then select the item that you want to buy. So basically, it's just as straightforward as that. Once you select your items, fill in the details, and you can add as many items as you want, and then proceed and specify if you are paying this, which means are you paying it, and then of course go ahead and submit. Yeah, just go ahead and submit your details. Yes, so it's just as straightforward as you have seen. That's all. Once you submit your direct purchase, you will be able to find all your purchases here. Let me just take you back 1 second. In your purchase list, you can be able to see all your purchases here and then generate what is called a goods received note, right? Yes. So all this is role-based. Everything that you see here is role-based. So if you do not have a role, you will not be able to either do these operations. But as a admin, just as I said, you have all the rights and all the roles, even to deny or to add other users those particular roles. Again, we have got now the LPOs. In a scenario where you have got suppliers who accept LPOs, you can be able to use LPOs or generate LPOs and share it to them. Once they deliver the items, now you can be able to convert that LPO to a complete order. So that those particular items, quantities that you have received, will be adjusted to the existing quantities. So that when you come here to the stock balances, you will be able to see your actual balance of your items, inclusive of the ones that you have just bought. So it means direct purchases will automatically adjust the quantities that you have purchased into our existing items stocks. I believe that is quite clear. And then down after purchases, we have got what is called the product, in bracket inventory. Now, this is where your success lies as a hotel owner, your inventory. At the same time, you can easily fail here when you do not have got accurate inventory control and a proper inventory movement, or even just a clear view of how the inventory moves. Glad to tell you that JiPOS has you covered. Of course, starting with all your items just as we saw. Let me just bring you here. I just want to pick one item here. I can be able to come here and view, or I can just simply click SKU to view its item profile. Of course, we are talking about this particular item. You will be able to see all how this item has been configured, and you can edit appropriately. You can just edit appropriately. I will not have to go deeper into this. We have got specific videos meant for item creation and how to configure your items appropriately. But then you can be able to update your item, you can be able to generate its byproducts, even backwards if you have got multiple serials, and also distribute it across your stores. All right. And then we have got more video explanation on what redistribution means. It's just to do with availing items in different stores that you work with in your restaurant or in your hotel. Once we have got our items created and prices, things to do with prices and stocking level, all tax types, the names have all been configured well, even happy hour price has been all configured well, then we are good to go from that point. Then you will see we have got serials. This is when you want to work with serial codes, mostly not applicable in hotel setup, but also we have got requisition. This is also one of the things that hotel owners should put in place, whereby people have to request items from the main store, and then these items will be released. You can't be able to track. You can't be able to track this requisition, and of course, the history of all the requisitions are deposited down here. At the end of the day, when you will come to report, things to do with item movement report, those are things that will be able to help you. We call it item ledger in this case. Things that will help you in case you want to track down to a particular report on an item. This is when you are in doubts that a particular item is missing, out of stock, and you cannot understand where it has gone. This particular item report or item ledger report will be able to give you a clear view of your item, how you purchased it, and how it has been used in the restaurant until it leaves or it becomes zero in terms of stock quantity. All right. So requisitions is where if you have got a main store or a controller, an inventory controller, then let's say somebody from the laundry side or the housekeeping side needs some soap, needs some tissue paper, then they need to request. We need to keep a unified method of handling our inventory. That is why you have to do a requisition. So requisition should not be done manually. It should be done in the system so that we keep track of that. We keep track of our inventory and the quantities that we have dispatched. Good thing about requisition is what? You can be able to do requisition. Let me just pick one here. I want to see this one. Good thing about requisition is one. You can be able to take it to a cost center. Accountant will understand this better. You can be able to take a requisition straight away to the cost center. Cost center, things to do with, let's say you're working on a buffet, right? Or a party. And you have got a specific amount of items that are required for a particular purpose. Instead of doing it in the recipe, you can just group that item, or the chef can be able to request, or somebody on his behalf can request these items and remove them to where? To a cost center. A cost center, moving them to a cost center, because the system already has marked what we call a cost of sale on these particular items we have moved. So that at the end of the day, when you're querying your reports, everything is right. We have got more video explanation on that, just in case you may not understand it at this point, but don't worry. These are things that we train on candidly to ensure that when we leave your hotel or your premise, you have a clear view of how you can be able to track your inventory from point A to point Z. Going back to products and inventory, we have got what is called stock balances. Now, this is also magic. Magic in this way. In your different stores that you have registered in the system, you can be able to track down into their real-time stock balances. Check at this column, this one here. This is the real-time stock balances. It means if we buy this chicken or this particular item, let's say 10 of it, when we come here, it will be 20. When we come to stock balances, it will be 20 automatically. When we sell, it automatically reduces. When we mark an item as a waste or even returned, the account will automatically be affected. The amount will be automatically be affected. It means here is where you will be able to see your real-time stock value. Real-time stock value, of course, down here you will be able to see how much, what that store has of the items based on their purchase value. A very good report there for you to be able to understand. And of course, the marked up value, the price, this is now, I may call it the profit Once we sell or utilize all the items that we have in this particular store, how much is it worth? How much is it going to give you in profit? Right? You will be able to find that down here. Again, you will be able to see what we call the last stock take value. If you do a stock take, and of course you can do a stock take using this particular feature, you will be able to see the last stock take value here. That's fine. And these are now the items that we have registered in this particular store. Again, you can just switch to, let's say, if you have got a bar store, then just go to that particular bar store, see what is there, so that when you are making a purchase the next day, you can use this information to judge on what amount to make of that particular purchase for the next day. Let's say an item is 0. Of course, you need it. Let's say an item is 50. You can decide whether to add or not, right? But then you, based on also what we call reorder level, you can still use what the feature that we saw here. Let me just bring you back here. This one here, the item that needs restocking. You can still use this one to be able to inform how much you need to restock of each particular product based on the reorder level quantities. Yeah, so you can be able to restock your items appropriately, at least at the end of the day or even the start of the day tomorrow. Right. So after talking about the stock balances, we come here and see stock take, which you can do stock take, of course, using the system. Again, you can be able to see moving of stock. This is just movement of stock from one quantity or one store to the other. And at the same time, one important thing about this is that you can query these movements on a date range just to see how you have moved your stock, just for any other purpose. Also, you can be able to move this item to these stocks to a cost center, move by cost. You can move them to a cost center. This makes the whole inventory management seamless. Basically, that is what we are talking about. Inventory management becoming very seamless. And again, looking at the next thing, we have got recipe. Recipe now plays a major role in a hotel setup. Well, now you want to take your inventory management to a deeper level or to a higher level. Now you bring in the recipe. When things to do with costings, let's say you want to know what cost to charge for a dish of biryani, then you will simply create that particular item here. Of course, if it is biryani, you can be able to create that particular biryani. I'm not sure how it is written, but I know how we can write rice. Let's say that is what the biryani is. Then you can be able to select, of course, this can be a plate, and a category, we can give it a category where it belongs. A tax type, we can be able to say that. Brand, we can be able to skip. And then the store, which the items that will go into making this particular recipe will be deducted from. And then we simply select our items down here. You will be able to see those items. You can select them, plus their quantities or their portions. You can be able to select their portions here on this particular field. You can be able to do that. We have got a whole video talking about recipe, which you can find in our profile as well. Then again, after that, you will be able to see all the total cost that will be going into making this particular recipe down here. You will be able to see it here. And of course, this is deducted or deduced from the price that you indicated as the buying price of the parent item. So these portions, whenever we make a sale, and of course, before we make a sale, we can be able to define our markup price. Markup price is now the selling price, based on the judgment or judged from what we have seen here as the total cost of sale. But of course, the system will already hold this so that in your profit and loss, you will already have this. Whenever we make a sale on this particular item, all your total costs, cost of sale, will automatically be added or summed up together. And then, of course, your marked up value minus this cost of sale minus from your marked up value to give you now the profit. All working like a magic together. Now, with that, we are good to go. One thing I have to note about this recipe is that whenever we make a sale of a particular item, this portion that we define here will automatically be deducted from their parent items. That is, from the item parent quantities, automatically be deducted. So that when you come back to your stock balances, you find what? your real-time stock balances based on how sale activities has happened. That's clear. And then now we move to what we call wastages. Wastages normally happen. We can never run away from wastages in a hotel setup. These wastages need not to leave their store without them being recorded in the system. Right? Let's say you buy 10 bags of potato and one is bad. You can never just discard it and not record it. You have to record it in the system so that at the end of the day, when you come back to stock balances, we know our accurate stock. And of course, a waste is considered as what? An expense to the business. So that when you are going to query your profit and loss at the end of the day, that is also factored in. You never leave it aside. So we have got also fixed assets. One key thing, or one of the things that we take pride of is this. And of course, these fixed assets, you can't be able to register your fixed asset. Hotels have got fixed assets. You have got cars. You have got maybe beds and anything else that you'd want to register as a fixed asset. And then you can be able to do what is called depreciation, creating a depreciation instance or tracking the depreciation value. You can't be able to do that here. And of course, you will be able to see we have got what is called depreciation instances. And this use a streamline formula whereby at the end of the year, you can be able to run your depreciation and check what depreciation value for each item is. We have got a whole video talking about that. What again is available here? I think we have just covered everything there. Now, let me take you to sales. Sales is now one of the most robust features that we have around, and we have in this particular feature, this particular version of JiPOS. And starting with sales, we have got what we call the POS. We just looked at this. This is the POS. We just looked at that. And also, we have got now what we call the sales list, which is now the deposit of all the sales that we have made in the system ever since we installed the system. And you can query it. I have got a detailed report of that. And then also, we have got what we call the open sales. Open sales, these ones. These are now the credit sales or not cleared yet sales. Yeah, what is good about this is you can be able to see who made this particular sale, the date, and even the balances here. And you can go deeper even to knowing which customer was this sale made to. And again, you can be able to see this bill number. Let me just click it. I'll open this sale profile where now I can be able to do quite much on this particular sale profile. I can change a customer, can transfer a sale from a waiter to the next waiter. Let's say a waiter's tenure or shift is ending. I need to transfer this sale to another waiter so that he follows through with the customer. Once he finish eating, then he pays. I can be able to do that here. I can register a sale to a particular agent. And also I can do a delivery note. I can print this. And then of course, you can be able to just refresh it, but then splitting order, which is also key in a restaurant. You can be able to split orders, right? And then we have got print a captain order again, and you can be able to print the thermal receipt for this particular bill, if of course you have got the authority or the rights. And again, you can be able to apply even a discount at this point, all right? That having been said, as a cashier, this being still an open sale or a credit sale, because we still have got a balance here, I can be able to clear it just as simply as marking this as paid through either cash or KCB PDQ or any other means, with an M-Pesa, let's say, and then I simply go ahead and receive it. If I've got the transaction code, I'll put it here. Then I just go ahead and receive it. Just straightforward and simple. And this sale will be marked as complete. Just as that, it will be marked as complete, and you'll see those forms disappearing. Then we have got our balance paid, and the balance is now 0. Good. Then let me just show you what else you can be able to do in an open sale profile. What we can be able to do is quite much. Let me just open this one. So all the sale profiles all the open sales that we have cleared are now moved from here and taken to where? To the sales list, right? And then now from this side, you can be able now to do even more. And let me just show you something here that I missed to show you. You can be able to trigger an SDK push to your customer so that this particular bill can be able to automatically clear. And let's say a customer has paid through a till number, you can be able to open the tills or the till transactions and do your or do your automatic clearance of that particular bill. Yeah. With that said, let me take you back one step. What else can I do here? I can be able to view the profile of this cell. I can be able to edit it. Editing means I can be able to add more items onto it, not deleting whatever we had sold. Yeah, this is when you want to add more items onto the existing bill. I can be able to generate this as an invoice, generate its delivery note, print its kept in order. I can do avoiding this cell if, of course, I have got the rights. Also, I can be able to complement this particular cell. Of course, these are activities that normally happen in a hotel or a restaurant setup. Voiding and complementing. And in this case, you must have got the rights to do this. Yes. And you can extend credit. Extending a credit is where you work in a strict shift program, whereby a shift doesn't need to end without an open cell. So in such a scenario where now a shift has to end with an open cell for one reason or the other, a manager or somebody with higher rights or this particular right can be able to extend that credit to the next shift. Right? Talking about shifts, we have got a whole video how to enable and disable shifts. And of course, we have got quotations, we have got invoices, self-explanatory. These are items that you will have to use as a hotel owner. You will need to send quotations. You will need to send invoices at one point or the other. These are features that you will find very useful in your hotel. And then, of course, they are interlinked with the inventory. Okay, and then also you will see we have got now all the voided sales will be deposited here. You can be able to track all your voided sales. Like a good example would be this one. You can even be able to see which customer was served first, which selling point was this made at, and then the date, even the net amount, and even the person who did it. Also the reason just beside it. Okay, you can drill down to see particulars of this particular cell or the voided cell. Okay, once that is done, we have got also the complementary cells. And of course, voiding a cell, to explain it, let's say a cell has been made erroneously. You have to void it. It's just canceling it out. And when you cancel it out, it will cancel the entire history of that particular cell. That is it. We have got what is called returns. Before we go to returns, we have got what is called complementary sales, which is also self-explanatory. M-Pesa till payments, M-Pesa pay bill payments, all deposited there. And also we have got returns. Returns is also playing a key role in a hotel setup. You may sell something, but then a customer refuses it. You have to do what is called returning. You may sell 2 bottles and a customer returns 1. You have to return it to the system. And all these returns will affect what we call stock balances. Always pay attention to that, so that at the end of the day, when you do a sell return, let's say it is a sell return, of course, you can also do a purchase return. You can buy an item and return it to the supplier. That will also still affect what we call stock balances automatically. It will adjust it. Of course, that will remove an item. But then a sell return, if you specify the condition is good, then it will restock. But if it is spoiled, this will be marked as an invoice. Okay, not an invoice, but as an expense to the business. Yeah, and you really know where expenses are recorded. And when you go to the profit and loss, you will find all the records of your expenses there. Now, we have exhausted what can be found in the inventory or products. And in case there is something that you feel I have not mentioned, you can be able to comment down there so that we can follow it through with you. And then we have got now sales. We have completed talking about sales. Now, talking about accommodation or rooms. This is also one major feature that we have around, or we have in JiPOS version 3.0. And we start this from room settings. Room settings. This is now where you can be able to configure your rooms based on how you've done them. Things to do with twin bed, deluxe, executive, studio, two bedroom, etc. You can configure that here and do their settings, as you can see. Again, you will be able to see rooms. All the rooms can be registered here. Now, this is where you can be able to register each and every room. Of course, after you select if it is twin bed, you can be able to specify the name and then give a description, then a day rest price, bed only price, bed and breakfast price, half board price. You can also do full board price, and then you save. As simple as that. Then you can see room status or room condition. This will be very handy for those who are in the line of room maintenance, the janitors. We will be using this particular section to be able to give a room a status, so that when we are going to book a room, we already know whether the room is available for booking or not, based on the status it has been given. Right? Again, we have got what is called now the booking calendar, online bookings, and then book a room. Let me skip this a bit. Let me come to book room. Now, we have got now this section where we can be able to make our reservations. And with this, I can simply select an occupied. If I want to filter, if I want to book a room, let's say for a future date, I can simply select from which date to which date, which I want to book this particular room, and then I filter. This means I'm filtering what? Unoccupied rooms. I can also filter things to do with occupied, no-show, checking in guests, or checking out guests. I can be able to filter out that. But then I can be able to see my aim at the moment is to check unoccupied rooms. So when I filter, I will be able to see all the rooms that are not occupied for the particular dates that I've selected. And of course, the system already knows this is 4 nights, right? Then I simply select, of course, the booking type here. I want to select, let's say, bed and breakfast. Bed and breakfast, this one is not configured, but this has 25,000. Then I select it. Of course, it will come to me here. It will come for me here. You will be able to see this one. This is the room that we've just selected. And of course, it is an executive room. You will see the price now is 25,000. Yeah. Then you can go ahead and specify the name of the individual that is coming to occupy this room, and or the occupancy, and any other details that you want to. But more details are going to be adjusted ahead. This is just for quick reservation. All right. Then with this, it will come to a total of this, which if the customer is paying at this moment, you can select the payment method. Let's say even if the customer is paying half of it, you can be able to adjust it just as that. And of course, you will see your balance here. Then if you do have got, let's say, that particular payment reference, you can be able to put it there. Just as simple as that. And then you can go ahead and book this particular room. You can go ahead and book that particular room, just like that. Already once you book it, the system will open for you the booking profile. So if this guest is checking in, then you can be able to check him in through this particular checking in section, where now you will have to feed in more information about this individual. All right? Yeah. So that is if you're checking in this guest. And then, of course, things to do with, we have got more items here. You can be able to even do extra charges to this particular individual. And you can assign this booking what we call an agent. All right? You can assign this particular booking to an agent, so that you will be able to track your agent history. Let's say an agent is claiming that you have not paid him. You will have to get that information from the system. And it starts right here from mapping this particular booking to your agent, or to the agent that you have registered in the system. Quite clear? Then you can even be able to check this particular client history. Yes, of course, we have this client which we had registered here. You will be able to see it is Anthony Minor, based on the phone number that we selected. And of course, also you can be able to select to see this particular client history, which is here, right? You can be able to see, once you click it, you will be able to see all the orders that this individual has made, all the orders, and his balances, what he owes you already there. You'll be able to see. And you can drill down. You can just click any here. If you'd want to settle them, you can just click any here. It will bring you to the profile of that particular sale, and then you can clear it. Straightforward. So let me take you back to where we were. Yeah, let me take you back. Here is where we were. And then, of course, when you want to clear this particular bill or this booking profile, you simply will be able to select how much has been paid, of course, there, and then plus the payment mode. And if you do have got the transaction code, just put there and receive it. Okay. One thing that I need to talk to you about this is, or to let you know about this, is now other payments. Let me just select another booking here. Let me just come to bookings. Select, let me check this one. Yes, you will be able to see laundry as an extra service. And again, you will be able to see what we call payment methods, how the payments have been received, and even other orders. These are now food orders. Food orders, just as we saw earlier, can be mapped to a particular room booking. And it will appear on the overall bill, or on the overall bill. And you can print it out and give it to a customer. Okay? Quite much that we have to talk about here, but time may not allow. But just in case you have got more time, you can be able to visit the profile and check the video that we have made specifically for this particular booking. Yes. Now, what else is here? We have got online bookings, where now we can be able to integrate your system with your website so that you can be able to accept online bookings based on how you have configured your room bookings. Right? So that any person who is booking or looking for your profile online, or even from your website, can be able to directly book without getting into contact with your front desk. Yeah. And then after that, you can be able to do booking. You check your booking calendar. You will be able to see just what we have done here. You will be able to see our guy there. And then also check what we call old version of this. This is a booking calendar. Old version of this is up here, which you can be able to see and specify. Even if you want to check this in a weekly format or even a daily format, you can be able to just do that. Quite straightforward and quite much to talk about there. But good thing is it covers the entire booking process. Whatever you need to know about booking and how to handle your booking, be it a group booking, be it a sponsored booking, let's say by a company, be it a conference, it will help you. Everything is all covered here. Yeah. So let's go back to the next thing, which is accounting. Accounting is already here. This is our accounting. And this comes with everything that you need to run a perfect accounting department. Just as I said, your accountants will be the most happy when you install JiPOS, because their work shall have been cut almost by 90%. The only thing that you will need to do is register any other new income apart from sales that you have recorded, or any other expenses, right? You will be able to do any other thing that you need to do, and even more things to do with trial balance, perfectly balancing, things to do with cash flow, things to do with balance sheet, profit and loss, general ledger, and most importantly, you can be able to generate VAT input and output reports in their right formats. Okay, and then we have got now these are the special features which we call HR, whereby you will be able to record things to do with awards, warnings, resignations, and terminations that you have given to your employees. You need to keep track of that as well. Also, you need to generate payroll, and you will be able to see what we call latest reports. These are reports based on the current existing tax laws in Kenya, to be specific. Yeah, whereby you can be able to generate all this. All right. Once you process the payroll, and of course, processing a payroll means you had already initially configured your staff members plus their salaries and their allowances and any other deductions. And then you simply come here at the end of the month and process the payroll. These ones will automatically generate themselves. Then you can be able to submit them in their particular departments or government departments as required by regulations. Again, you can't be able to do much more. You can be able to check your advances and P9 forms, but then down here you will be able to do leave, whereby if you want to see leave management and leave balances and all that, you will be able to do that all here. And again, after that, we have got attendance. Attendance is also very key. This is now tracking what time these people came in and what time they left business. So it means that even if you are away from your business all time, you can be able to know what happens. Even in real time, you can be able to know what happens in your shop or in your hotel or in your restaurant at any given moment. You'll be able to know. And again, we have got what is called SMS. This is now talking about notifications and customer retention and building a customer loyalty. Things to do with, if a sale has been made to a customer and you have recorded the name of the customer or the phone number of the customer, or the customer is existing in the system, then an SMS can be sent with a thank you note automatically to him. Let's say a room booking has been made. Then you can't be able to send a notification to a customer, or maybe a customer has checked in. So you just simply activate and deactivate. Quite useful there for you to go through and understand for yourself, but it basically will help you build a robust customer retention program. Okay, and then if you just want to do notifications or just bulk messaging, then you can also be able to do here. If you have got a list of customers you want to send, or even your suppliers, or even your staff, you can be able to send them thank you notes or a happy new year notes, or any other sort of communication you want to relay to them. And again, you have got now reports, quite a ton of reports to help you with everyday management and decision making for your business. Okay, starting with close day report. And close day report is quite useful. Let me just try to check if we have got any report that we can use as an example. Yeah, and you see the goodness of these reports is that you can even query it based on a time range. You can even select from what time to what time. Let's say even if it's today, you can be able to see. And then here you will have to know the total sales. This is clear plus pending balances. A good information for you as a hotel business owner. You need to know how much in terms of total sales you've made in a particular day, in a particular week, in a particular month, or even a whole year. You can be able to use this particular report to give it to you. Then see the products plus the room sales. If you don't deal with rooms, this report will not be available here. And again, you can be able to see total cleared sale. Now this is the actual amounts in possession. And then uncleared sale, the credit sales, how much you have for this particular period. And then how sales have been received. A very good information to understand how much we have in our M-Pesa, how much we have in our till, how much we have in our PDQ, how much we have as a cash. You can be able to know that. And then the general information, things to do with discounts. You need to keep tabs with how much you've given a discount for an entire period. Also voided sales. You can be able to see how much expenses, also in terms of complementary orders that you have made for a particular period. So this will be able to help you in terms of regulating your complementary orders. And again, you will be able to see what is called staff sales. This now comes handy even when you want to do what? To do appraisal based on how they have sold. You can be able to find that here, but we have got more reports talking about that. We are going to see that shortly. And again, we have got now the item sales in their groups, in their categories. Which one sells the highest? You can even be able to see that here, but we have got a more detailed report on this. But then still, you can be able to see now or break this report further by clicking this button to see the individual items forming up this particular group and how they've been sold, which now makes us get this particular report. This one. Yeah, so quite interesting breakdown of your report there, and then general expenses. Everything you need to know at the end of the day, all that is provided in this particular close day report. All right, talking about reports, we have got now room sales. Room sales. You can be able to do a report on room sales here. And also, let me see if we do have got any sample reports that we can talk about. Let's see if we do have got any report that we can talk about here. Do not have any report there, but then you will be able to also track your room sales. And again, after room sales, we have got what is called occupancy report, which is also available in this particular section. Let me just take you one step back. Sorry. Occupied. Yeah, let me just search this. Okay. Let's see if we have any report here. I do not seem to find any booking this particular date, but we have got an occupancy report based on the occupied dates. You can be able to extract a report. You can be able to extract a report that will even be able to help you in terms of doing what? Knowing people who can be given or be attending a buffet or the morning buffet. You can be able to use that report to be able to help you do that. Aside from that, let's just proceed with the reports here. We have got what we call item sales report. Quite a handy report here, very handy. In that, let me just pick any sample date. Let me just pick any sample date here. Good. I have got some sample reports here. Now, this is the icebreaker, I can call it so. This is the icebreaker. This is the, people can call it deal breaker in your business, this item sales report, in terms of understanding what makes you or what gives you money and what just holds the place. This report is what you will be able to use, even in terms of planning what to stock for the next month or what to stock for December, for January, even for February. You can be able to use this report to analyze at the end of the day, based on your own understanding of this particular report, to know which items you need to give more attention to. And of course, looking at the reports, we have got our items here. Their codes, of course, as generated by the system, but then quantities of the items, each of these items sold in this particular period that we have selected, and then their cost, relevant cost of sales, and then their sale value, then the estimated profit. What we are talking about here is that we need to make a decision at the end of the day to know, of course, a decision after knowing what item sells the best, what item sells in terms of its largest quantities, and in largest quantity, does it even give us profits? In a good scenario, we have got this particular item, we have sold 6 of it, it has given us 120 cash shillings, let's say, as the profit. And then we have got this one, we have just sold 2 of it, it has given us 29,000. So it means that this is what gives us money. But apart from that, we have got this one. We have sold 2 of it. It has given us 30,000. It means these are the items that give us money. If at all I have to strategize my advertising, my awareness, I can focus more on these items that give me money, right? And then there's items that I can sell, but they will give me little money. Things to do with this one, I've sold, it has given me 250. This one is, we have sold 6 of it, has given me only 120 shillings. It means I can be able to do away with it if it is giving me more electricity bills, if I have to keep it in a storage facility to maintain it. Because at the end of the day, I'll just sell 6. I just sell 6 and it gives me 120 shillings only, which doesn't make more sense to me as a business owner. So with this report, I can be able to know. I can even query it in January. I can query it in February. I can query it in March. Within that quarter, or even in April, within that same quarter, I can be able to know which items perform the best for January, for February, for March, and even April. So that at the end of the day, I know what to stock better. At the same time, in preparation for the next month, I can query maybe my last month to see what item did I sell last month or the last August that gave me more money. And for what reason, you can't be able to judge that for yourself, why that particular item trended better than the others. But of course, this is the deal breaker for you. You can be able to get more insights even on your customer preferences, what they love most in your shop, or what sells best in your shop, or in your restaurant, or in your hotel. And again, you can drill down further into this particular report by now getting deeper to know, of course, even the customer that these items were sold to, and then their tenants. And talking about customers, you can be able to see which customers gives you money. Now, if it is the highest paying product, you can be able to see which items give you more money. And then these guys, now you can even make a specialized advertisement to them, right? Now, talking about advertisements, of course, you will be able to see the cost related to that, how much they have given you. Apart from that, we have got what we call items purchase report, which is the opposite of this. We have got general sales, item ledger. Item ledger now gives you a breakdown of now the movement of your items from one store to the other, from one place to the other, from purchase to sale. You can't be able to select which item you want to track. Okay, this was just a new sale that was recorded on this item, and there were two. It was done on this particular day. So basically, it's a report to be able to help you track down an item report or an item movement report. It is called an item ledger. Quite very useful, especially when you're doing audits. And then you will see what we call staff sales summary. Staff sales summary. Staff sales summary here means you can't be able to know how much an individual has sold. It is now more detailed than the other one. You will be able to see what an individual has sold, and of course, you will be able to see them all here. You can even come here to view all the orders that chain, as an example, has made. Yeah, you will be able to see all that down here. Yeah. So apart from that, it is also a report that can be able to help you in terms of doing what we call appraisals. And then you will be able to see, you can be able to track your check payments, which is also available here in terms of a calendar format, the checks that are almost maturing. And then you can also be able to see your suppliers, sorry. You can be able to see your suppliers, plus their supplier orders. Let me just open this to show you. You can be able to see orders here, but you can be able to also track all the orders that you've done with this particular supplier, and then the balances that you owe this individual. Again, we have got account statements. These are different accounts pulled from the accounting section up here. And again, we have got what we call customer statement, supplier statement, customer balance, supplier balance, and then general expenses. Literally everything that you may need to know. Everything that you may need to know. And just as I said earlier, in case you have got any question regarding perhaps a feature that I have not covered well, then just make a comment, and we'll be able to respond to that perfectly well. But each and every feature that we have just looked at, or we have just rushed through, we have done another video or a separate videos talking about them, and they're on our profile. You can just visit and see it or see them for yourself. Yeah. Aside from that, when you purchase this particular system for your business, you normally come on ground and do physical training to ensure that you understand it 360. One last thing, affordability. It will not break you back to have this software running for you. And the most of it, just to summarize, we have won different accolades, awards. If you come here, this is the website specifically for JiPOS. You will see them here based on our rankings and the vote of thanks and the vote of confidence that we have got from our customers. We have been able to bargain quite a lot of these awards just to tell you that we are in this business to help other businesses make their businesses work. Up to now, I have to say thank you for making time to view this video, and at least you have got an informed judgment on what next step to take. We are available for a demo, a personalized demo, be it a physical or virtual, to be able to help you understand more of how this solution can work for you. Thank you so much, and keep hooked, and welcome and subscribe so that you can be able to get more update on JiPOS. Till next time.